this is actually going to be your first time playing these guys.
Yeah.
So
It is.
I can't believe I'm asking like a 6-year senior this, but how does that feel?
It is funny because the past couple of years I haven't got to play them, and it's the biggest rival, right? Some team I definitely have wanted to play. A little familiar with just because I know their head coach. My brother played for him last year at Fresno, and that's about as much familiarity as I have. So, man, I can't wait to go out there and play and feel that atmosphere, feel how much hate there is for UW. So I'm excited.
You call your brother and ask him tips.
Well,
He's not.
some tendencies.
Yeah, he's not his head coach anymore.
I should talk to him actually. That's a good tip. Let's do that. I'll give him a call later today.
What are your thoughts on the Husky Fight song at this point in the week?
Oh my. I've heard way too much of it all practice, and despite many efforts to try and get him to turn it off, he just turns it up louder at practice. So yeah, I'm done with that. I'm done hearing that. Hopefully we don't hear it at all on Saturday. Yeah.
That gets stuck in your head?
No, I flush it right after. Right after every single practice, just flush it, get it out of there. So no.
Bossa was talking about how you guys, in the past years have come together and got up for Washington game for Hate Week. Why do you think you're able to come together and get ready for a game like this?
Yeah. Obviously it's a rivalry, and we're not going to shy away from that. And we all know how important it is to this program, community, all the fans and stuff. And the most importantly, I think the guys that played before us, and what they were able to do, in this game year by year, and I think that that's a tradition we have to carry on. I've like I said earlier, I haven't got to play in one, so this is going to be the first one. But you can tell the excitement's up, and guys are ready to go. We'd like to have that energy every single week, but there's a little different feel.
Were you in Seattle last year for the game, or were you back here with the injury?
No, I wasn't. I was comfortable in my own warm living room watching that, with my leg up. Yeah, so I was still here with injury.
How much lingering feeling is there for you from 20 and just the way that went down? And I'm not blaming them for being sick and whatever, but like just the fact that the game didn't happen.
Yeah. We have our feelings. I have my own opinions about that whole situation. I won't speak too much on, but definitely that was a game we were looking forward to, wanted to play. Obviously didn't get to. So for me, it's this is a long time coming. I can't wait to play this game.
Fair to say you don't recognize the division championship from that
Oh
year?
no, I won't personally recognize it. Even if Pac-12 does or whoever does, yeah. Maybe it's just them that recognizes it, but not me.
There's always some kind of intrigue from a fan base when a first-year head coach enters this week of how does he treat a rivalry? But is there any kind of intrigue inside the locker room too of like, hey, is he going to make this a bigger deal, or is it internally just another week?
Yeah. It really is. It's another week. We go week by week, right? And there's always a different message and kind of theme that we bring along. And he emphasized the importance of it, right off the bat. Like, look, he hasn't been a part of that. I also haven't necessarily been a part of it, right? But that's the first thing he's emphasized. Like, look, this means a lot to a lot more people than just him, and it's bigger than just him, right? Or the staff, or even just this team. And that's something that I think we recognize and embrace. And I'm kind of, I'm happy he did that to kind of show us the importance of this game.
What's the theme of the week?
Honestly, we don't even have it's rivalry week. That's it. Usually we have like a little saying. Last week was humble and hungry, but it's rivalry week. That's what it is.
This defense has done a really good job of keeping the top on the coverage. Man. Last couple of weeks, 3 50-plus yard passes, and each have been different circumstance.
Yeah.
But last week, obviously, was costly.
Yeah.
And can't afford to do that in the next couple of weeks. So how do you try to better do that against one of the more explosive passing attacks you can play?
Yeah, actually last week that was on me, and it looks like it was on Steve or whatever in the post. That was on me, blown coverage. So that's something that we have done a good job all season, and it's the details, it's little stuff. Really, it's our defense, like the way we gear it and the way it's schemed. We do a really good job. And corners have been really good, being disciplined and staying on top. Cal, we got hit for a couple big shots. That they made good plays in, right? But as a whole, I think our secondary is locked in and knows what different teams want to do, and especially UW, they're going to take shots. So we know we got to keep that top on, and me especially, I owned up to that mistake, and I need to fix it, right? That's something that I need to do, and make sure that we're all communicating as a defense, so everybody's on the same page.
What type of challenge does Penix present that maybe some other quarterbacks in the Pac-12 don't?
He's obviously they throw the ball all the time, right? More number one passing offense in the nation, whatever it is. Lefty, obviously a little different look. Gets that ball out really quick. Got a quick release. He does, I think, the best job out of all the quarterbacks we've seen of going from read to read, and keeping his plays alive. Now he's not a huge scrambler, because they need him in the game. Don't want him to get hurt, but he has the ability to. He can run and create plays with his feet. But his eyes are always downfield, and he's looking from his reads to his reads, and he doesn't panic, I think. So he's definitely going to be a tough challenge this week.
How does his ability to go from read to read, I guess, change your approach to defense? Are you staying more disciplined?
You want to stay as disciplined as possible, right? At all times. But you just know that some guys may be a 1-2, okay, I'm getting out of the pocket type of guy. We know he might sit in there and be able to go through his progressions. So really, yeah, it has a lot to do with discipline. When we're playing zone, it's all about zone breaks when that ball comes out, and then man-to-man, you got to plaster and stay with your guy. They like to get in a lot of double moves and kind of there's option routes, a lot of stuff. So we just have to be disciplined, I think, is the main thing.
How much similarities are there between just the talent at receiver in Washington and Arizona? They also had 3 really good receivers, and just kind of the stresses that they put on.
Yeah, this is definitely a really good receiving core. They can all do it at a different positions, and they give a whole ton of different looks. Arizona also had a really good receiving core. I think they were a little younger, but similar in the way that they want to take shots, similar in the way that they want to spread the field open and try and find stuff. And I think it's going to be somewhat similar. We expect them to bring probably a little more juice, but it's not like it's something we haven't seen before. So we're getting ready to shut that down.
Arizona, what you would say is the most similar offense you've faced. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'm trying to go through. Yeah, I'd say so far.
I'm talking about third down all season long, and these guys are one of the better third down offenses, and I think lead the country or nearly lead the country in pass at 10+ yards.
Yeah.
How can you guys better bottle them up and get some better results on third down in particular?
Yeah, and our third down defense has been trending up. Didn't start well, but we've been doing a little bit better. And that's something that's just like, and I say it all the time, but it's the details, the littlest stuff. At this point in the season, we got the meat of it down. We understand our jobs. Now you have to break it down into just the intricacies of it. We've been doing a lot of, when we do play zone, it's about those zone breaks, and it could just be, the split-second difference. I think about the play I think it was first down, but it was UCLA when they scored a touchdown, and Noah had dove, to stop. It was late in the game, but if he's just a hair wider, or just gets a little bit of a better break, he makes that play. So that's a lot of the stuff that we're training every single day and trying to get better at.
Going back to your past comment, can you explain the differences that Penix presents as a left-handed quarterback versus the other right-handed quarterbacks you faced?
Yeah, there's tendencies, stuff I won't say necessarily right here, but we know, obviously you get a quarterback like that rolling to their left, probably going to be better, in that. Otherwise, he's still a slinger, can sling it, changed up the rush a little bit, and what their responsibilities are, but other than that, it's not a whole different game plan just because he's a lefty.
Out of curiosity, do you talk to Demo at all? And that play like that last week happened in 19, and that lives with people. And I realize the consequence is very different.
Yeah.
But in terms of the situation itself on the field, and this is your last go, and there's a lot of stakes now. You talk to somebody like that, and when something like that happens, and get it. This is not just about situational awareness
right.
and one play. This is about what
You're talking
every
about-
week the weight starts to matter more and more.
Right. You're talking about against Arizona State, or is that what you're referring to? Yeah. Yeah, I actually have talked to him just to see, how he's doing. He's doing well, for the Niners, which is my team. That's something that I think we need to, be aware of, and I think we train it all the time. And I think that's something that Coach Lanning is really good with, is bringing up situations. And that was just a normal down, but bringing up situations where, tight game or your back's against the wall or stuff where you don't expect it to happen. Now we have to expect that. So he always says expect the expected and expect the unexpected. And so I think our situational awareness, like you said, has gotten better. We need, as a leader, like on the defense, that's something that I look for. Like, okay, this is a down where they might do a double move. They might, come with some trick play based on a formation or something. And so that's something we'll alert. And that's film study. There's a lot of stuff you can do to prevent it, but then when it comes down to it, it's really, execution and doing your job to the little details. Not getting your eyes to the quarterback when he makes that first move and driving on your man. The drive angle, if it's the right way, then he can't run the double move because of collision. So it's just stuff like that. But it starts, I take that responsibility and understanding that I have to look out for different situations and know when these things might present themselves.